That's the Tiger line, Richo.
That is too.
Now, here we are, guys. My favourite things. Alan Staines here. Richo's just had his. I'm just going to jump straight into it. Drivers. I'm using the favourite driver that I've thought about this year, and it's the Ping G400. Now, I'm using the normal version in 9 degrees with my tensile shaft. Potentially not quite the right head. The LS Tech in the 10.5 or the 10 head is probably where I'd rather go. But like Richo said, the ST180 for the Mizuno was borderline. I'm pretty sure the ST180 in the video we did feels better. Like this feels firm, don't you reckon, Rich?
Yeah, it feels a little bit softer.
Yeah, the Mizuno feels a little bit softer, and there's nothing wrong with the blue head as well.
Yep.
There's a whole lot of stuff coming as well. I think it's going to be interesting. So these are the favourites for this year, the ST180 and the Ping. What's to come in the early part of next year, the TaylorMade M3 and M4, they are going to be very special. Can I even mention the names on before the embargo? Anyway, the Callaway Rogue's going to be...
Don't show a picture.
We're not showing a picture. The Callaway Rogue is going to be interesting as well, but the Cobra F8 stuff, we've already done videos on that. Check them out if you haven't seen them. They're solid as well. So the early part of next year is going to be very interesting with new gear, especially woods. So favourite this year, 2017, G400 and the Mizuno ST180. Let's get down there and let's hit another ball and talk about some fairways and hybrids. That's getting close to the scrub, I think, Rich. So that was around the corner to the left, probably near the scrub, but this is my favourite for 2000. So I'm basically using my favourites of 2017. So this is the 2017 M2. I did have the 2016 M2, but it did crack, and they replaced it with this one. I've plonked my shaft down at a tensile as well. I don't hit 3-woods that great, especially off the deck. I don't really find anything in hybrids that I like either. This is where the hard part is, but I'm using this, so it must be near my favourite. Probably a consolation sort of prize is probably the F7 fairway wood. So Kieran's got the Cobra F7, but I think the F8 is a little bit better again, where we've tested that out and it's brilliant as well. So I don't know, for me, fairway woods and hybrids are a funny old one. If I had to throw a hybrid in, I'd probably throw the Callaway Apex in. Very small little head. It doesn't look too much like a big hybrid. I've got my X2 Hot Pro still sitting in my bag because I gave my 3-iron away to Macklin. But I suppose that's where my hybrid, and that's where a long iron, like a driving iron, comes in. I had a driving iron. I'd probably rather a driving iron over a hybrid. So fairway woods are a funny old one. I don't really feel like I hit them that well, but I think the Cobra F7 and the F8, when it comes out, and this thing, go pretty damn good. But not to say anything else doesn't as well. There's so much good stuff out there. You've got to get out and test it all out. That's the thing. You need to see what's favourite for you. So let's get up, let's hit an iron, and we'll see what's next after that. Cheers. That went a bit long. That went a bit long. Bit down breeze. So
that's it.
Favourite irons. Again, I'm using my favourite irons. Now these aren't for everybody, but they're the Mizuno MP18 Blade. They are definitely not for everybody, but they're, like Richo said in his favourite things, they are finished so well. They're not shiny, they're shiny, but they're slightly satined off. They're not quite how the MP5s were, which I previously had. But yes, for me, winner MP18, very closely behind that. And now I'm probably going to talk about the better play stuff all the way through to the game improving stuff. I think that, and it's quite surprising to have TaylorMade in there for irons. Years ago, TaylorMade made fantastic irons, and they went through, for me, a not so great period of better players irons. Whereas now the P series, the whole P series from TaylorMade is just rock solid. P790, definitely in a long iron sort of replacement is very, very good. So I was actually thinking about going to a TaylorMade P790 in a 4 iron, which would be my 3 iron, because a loft is what my 3 iron would be, and that's probably going to still happen. But the P790s are brilliant for kind of that person that's mid-ish sort of handicap, that doesn't really feel like they want to go to a blade or a tour type cavity. Then they don't really want to go to, say, an M1 or M2, which is a bit big, chunky, and doesn't feel the best. So the P790 is right there in the middle, goes a long way, feels bloody good. So like I said, my winner's the MP18 blade. For everybody else, the MMC is rock solid. The whole TaylorMade range in the P series is brilliant. And then your game improving stuff, there's so much stuff out there, it's not funny. Ping stuff is just, ping's ping. Ping just is never crap. It's that simple. It'll go pretty high, it'll go pretty straight. It's forgiving as anything else out there on the market. As Richo said, the Strixons. But for me, for the slightly better player, the MP18, the blade, and the TaylorMade P7 or P7 range, check them out, go get fit and have a hit. Get up there, and I think I've got a bunker shot, so we'll talk about wedges. Oh, see what I found something with my wedges.
Very good.
It's working all right. So, I think I said these last year in our 2016 favourite things, that these are my favourite wedges. And I've had them in the bag for at least a year. I've got actually the rest. I only had a 58, I think, last year. And I've gone 54 and 50 in the rest of the wedges, plus the, so everything's Mizuno in my irons. Now, they are bloody good. They do look good. The blue actually lasts a long time. So as you can see, I've used this a decent amount, and the old sole is starting to wear off. Just here you can see there's still a bit of blue, and it's a little bit here from, you know, going into light-off machine a little bit. But the blue, I'm surprised with how long it's lasted. So some other companies, they'll get their darker colours or their other coloured wedges, and they disappear quickly. So very, very good. But recently mucked around a little bit with the TaylorMade spin milled, and I don't mind them as well. They certainly don't feel as good as this, but through the turf there's something about maybe the milling, maybe the leading edge, maybe because this is a reasonably rounded sort of leading edge. I think they're a little bit sharper on the mill grind. It just feels a little bit different through the grass and through the sand as well. But yeah, definitely the wedges. Come with me, Richo. I think the wedges, there's so many of them out there. Vokeys have always been bloody good. Cleveland is still #1 wedge in golf, so you can't go wrong with anything like that. But for me, for a field point of view, big fan of that. And yeah, there's only a few forged wedges out there, and it's like this, the Callaway, and a few others. So anyway, I'm not saying you need to go forged, but that feels brilliant. So putters, same as Richo. There's so many of them out there, it's not funny. But talking about technology, I think the O-Works with the micro hinge technology, I don't know if it's revolutionising putting, but it's certainly doing more than what their previous technology on the faces had in the RX inserts and the, I suppose, the white hot inserts and all your other inserts that didn't really have anything going on. At least the micro hinge is going to do better than them, and I think that's why Odyssey are saying how good it is. Tolan, that's another part of a higher end of Odyssey now, so they bought Sean's company out and they've done that. They're brilliant. But the ER series from Guerin Rife in the even roll stuff, now that's potentially hands down the best putters in regards to technology of all the brands. They've got the little, again, they got grooves on the face like your wedges, but it gets thicker from the middle. So it's actually, sorry, I lie, it's thicker in the middle. So they've taken away a little bit of density in the middle and they've put more on the outside. So when you mishit them a little bit, they tend to go similar distance and they tend to not lose their line. So you hit out the toe, with a driver, gear effect means it'll probably start right, move left. On a putter, it'll just start right and stay right, because of course there's friction on the ground and all that stuff. But like I said, the even roll series is brilliant, and of course Ping have been doing their stuff forever and a day. They don't stuff around, they've got all the technology in the world. They've had the same stuff on the face, but you gotta remember Guerin Rife, or the Guerin Rife, the even roll stuff is made of 303 stainless steel, which is exactly the same stuff as what Scotty Cameron uses. And it's about the same price or slightly cheaper with more technology. So if you're looking for a putter, get technology on the face. To me, a straight milled putter is not going to help you out much at all. Balls, again, Pro V1's brilliant, always brilliant. Probably innovation wise this year, I'd say the TaylorMade TP5 balls. They're scary. They're, for me, about 7 meters longer in the air. It's that simple. It is true, it is real, they're longer. So for somebody who might spin the ball a little bit too much off their irons, fantastic ball to get. They feel brilliant. Also for me, the ball that I tend to use more is that one there. That's the Bridgestone Tour B XS. So that's the softer version. So you got the Tour B. Well, this is the new version of the B330. So you got the B330s, the S, the RX, the RXS. These are the new ones. That's the Tour B XS. There's also the Tour B X, Tour B X RX and RXS. So they're brilliant. I'm going to continue to use the Tour B XS, which is a softer ball, the higher speed softer ball. So many of them out there. Again, you've got the cheaper versions, like you've got the Seeds and stuff like that. Go check them out, because those companies don't market much and they sell a very good product at a reasonably cheap price point. So check them out. But that's my favorite thing for this year, is the Bridgestone ball for their balls. So guys, thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks to all the golf courses, especially North Lakes, which is where we are right now. Thanks to everybody that's come out and played with us this year. I'm talking Will from Pure Form, Kieran's great, Macklin's great, Paddy Hatton, Jared Sterling, Doug Klein. He just got through Q school, so he will be potentially turning pro next year if he gets through final stage. Jared just missed out, unfortunately, but everybody, Josh, Bevan, Kylie, Hannah, there's too many to name, so thanks to everybody to come out and play, and hopefully next year we'll get to see a lot more faces too, new faces. Thanks, Richo. Thanks for the year.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks for everybody on the other side of the camera.
The Wadenator.
And the Wadenator, can't forget. The best man on, the best looking bloke on all of golf vlogs on YouTube.
Well, that's why we have him.
That's the only reason, because of the rest of our ugly heads. But guys, that's my favourite things this year, 2017, here at North Lakes. Go check out all the stuff we've mentioned. Go get fit. Just enjoy golf. Get out there and just rip in, like Richo says. At the end of the day, getting out and playing golf is all we care about for you guys, and hopefully we're inspiring you to do a little bit more. Thanks guys, we'll see you next time.